New tonight, we're getting the first look at big plans to widen Battleground Avenue in Greensboro. It's a major project that's set to start in 2021.
At a public meeting tonight, the state showed off the plans and got input before it's finalized. WFMY News 2's Alma McCarty was there and is live on Battleground Avenue tonight. Alma, a lot of mixed emotions about this project.
While there are some concerns about this project, others say it's really about time. From where I'm standing here at Westridge, ending a mile and a half up Battleground Avenue, this widening is supposed to help with the number of cars expected on the roadway and reduce the number of accidents. Traveling up or down Battleground Avenue in Greensboro, drivers know the frustration of stop-and-go traffic.
What used to be a quick trip to Harris Teeter on Battleground, it just doesn't happen anymore.
State DOT engineers expect even more traffic in the coming years, so they're introducing a plan to deal with it, from Westridge to the nearly complete urban loop.
So we're proposing to add an additional lane in each direction for a total of 6 lanes, 3 in each direction.
6 lanes, a median, sidewalks on each side, and construction will start in 2021. But neighbors like Terry Jackson say that will come sooner than you think.
When you get to a certain point in your life, it's like you blink and 2020 is here, 2021 is here.
She and others shared their concerns at a public meeting Tuesday night and hope engineers will take those into consideration before these plans are permanent.
Honestly, we don't have that much of an impact. I'm not going to be able to, stop this project from happening or something like that, but really just want to know how it's going to affect me and be prepared for whatever's going to come.